Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining me again at Dressing the Diva. If you're new today, if you're involved in the creative lifestyle and would like advice, or if you're someone who loves travel and all things style, do stick around and don't forget to click subscribe. Today I'll be showing you how to create this look, which is my take on vintage Hollywood waves, updated for the modern gal. This is one of my go-to looks for auditions, some recitals, any event where I want to look classic but with a modern twist. What you'll need is heat protection spray or cream, curling tongs, and a lot of hairpins. Let's go. First, I spray Palmer's Coconut Oil Strong Root Spray in the roots of my hair. Then I take L'Oreal Styliста Blow Dry Cream and run it through the lengths for some heat protection. As you can see, my texture is a bit frizzy and I have a natural wave and it's quite thick, but I do think this works for all hair types. So then give your hair a brush and then we're going to pick up the tongs. Mine do have a clamp, but I actually prefer to wrap it just around the tong entirely and hold the hair at the end. I think that this gives better bounce. You should use a glove if you're a novice, but I'm a bit of a seasoned pro by now. So when you wrap it around, you're going to twist each time you wrap. It's not just an up and down kind of wrap. This is what will give you the perfect wave. So then hold, tick-tock, let go. As you can see, quite bouncy. So then you need to capture it before the heat runs out, twist it back in the direction that it has waved, and secure it on the top of your head with a pin. And then you'll do this with all the rest of your hair. So I actually decided to retire to the sofa because I no longer need a mirror for this and it's much comfier. Unfortunately, I did cut the top of my head off by accident with the camera angles, but my boyfriend came along and rectified this, so I'll be back. So you're just going to continue this process of wrapping the hair around. If you have a lot of hair like me, for these kind of thick, luxurious waves, I would recommend about 9 or 10 sections of hair. If you want a more low-key look, then maybe about 6. And if you have thinner or shorter hair, then it's probably going to be fewer sections as well, but you know your hair, so you'll work it out. And so we'll continue this process until all of the hair is pinned up in a different section on top of our head. Sometimes you might need 2 pins for one section if you have thick hair, because they can fall down. Oh good, my head is back in shot, great. So every time you wrap your hair around the tong, remember that you twist with each movement around, and that's what gives you the wave shape. We're not looking for a sort of straight up and down ringlet kind of curl. We want that texture. And don't forget to unplug your tongs and don't burn your house down. So then you have to leave the pins in for a while. I like to do my makeup during this time. For me, about 20 minutes is enough for all of this to set, but you can leave it in as long as you want. You can actually even leave it overnight and it's still comfy to sleep because it's just like your hair's a cushion. So after this time has elapsed, however long you wanted to leave it, you can start to take out the pins, and as you can see, the curls are very bouncy and they'll be quite tight. I'll just pop this next bit on hyperlapse. What I would then suggest is giving each curl a good shake out, just like this. To kind of loosen them up a bit so that the pattern can sort of spread. And of course you can do this with a deeper side part for a more dramatic look, but I'm keeping mine sort of fairly daytime-ish. Then the final stage is that we need to brush them out, because the whole point of this look isn't really to have sort of tight ringlets, it's to have a sort of big, zhuzhy, bouncy head of hair. But of course I don't suggest that you just brush your hair mindlessly as you would if it were straight. What we should do is kind of take each little section at a time and just really slowly and carefully brush through. Otherwise, it's just really going to be frizz town. And what's really important is that the heat is fully gone from your hair by the point that you're brushing. Otherwise, yeah, it will just be a big ball of frizz. And what we really want, obviously, is the sort of big, luxurious waves. So this is the final brushed out look. If you want it more ringlety, you could brush it out less. If you want it to look more sort of zhuzhy and luxurious, you could brush it out more. Or for a more low-key look, as we said before, use fewer but bigger sections of hair when you're curling in the first place. I really hope that you like this look. You can finish it off with hairspray if you want to hold it in place, but I personally don't. As I said before, my hair quite likes to be in this sort of pattern anyway, and so it does hold very well. And I find that once you've held the hair to your head with the pins, while the heat goes out of it, that's really what makes it want to hold in the first place. So you might not need it, but if your hair tends towards being very straight, or if it's very thin, then perhaps you want to. But I do prefer it without, because I find that hairspray restricts the movement a little bit. And what I love about this is that it just has so much vitality and kind of bounce. But to have it be more sleek and with less kind of movement and bounce, you can use spray to keep it down, or you can also brush it out less than I have. I really hope that you enjoyed this one. We'll do more hair tutorials. I'm planning an everyday salon fake blow dry kind of look, and also the many updos that I like to do for stage. I'll let you in on all my secrets. Thank you for joining me, and bye for now.